Hey gamers, if you like action platformer like Contra games, then you've come to the right place. So in this video, I'm gonna show you top 20 games that bring the classic Contra action back. And I know some of you might disagree with my picks, and honestly, that's okay, we all have our own favorites. But if you're down for a good challenge and a nostalgia moments, this list is gonna hit the spot for you. Before we go into the list, I want to tell you about my favorite place to buy games, and that's Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an awesome site for grabbing games at great prices. Not only they always have fantastic discounts, but also they running giveaways you won't want to miss. Seriously, these deals are hard to beat. Where else are you gonna find prices this good? Why pay full price when you can grab the same game for way less, right? Yeah, you can shop for games on all kinds of platforms, like PC, PS5, Xbox, and the Nintendo Switch. There are also numerous convenient products to enhance your gaming experience, such as subscriptions, gift cards, and many more. No worries, it's 100% legit, fast, and super easy to use, and their support team is available 24/7. So what are you waiting for? Go check out your favorite games by using the link in the description below and start saving your cash with Instant Gaming. And by using my link, you're not just getting awesome deals, but also supporting this channel. Alright then, let's get back into the list. Heavy machine gun, rocket launcher, shotgun. Those words alone bring back a flood of nostalgia. Replaying the Metal Slug series reminded me why it's so beloved. From pixel-perfect animation to absurd humor and high-stakes action, every explosion carries a sense of style that few games ever match. The Metal Slug series is a roller coaster of incredible run and gun action and occasional identity crises. Its charm lies in its tight controls, chaotic fun, and distinct personality. And hey SNK, if you're listening, please give us more Metal Slug. The world needs more rocket launchers, heavy machine guns, and the glorious chaos that only this series can provide. G-Warrior is an indie run-and-gun title that wears its 8-bit Contra inspirations proudly. I played it on PC. As far as I know, it's a PC-exclusive game, and it took me about 2.5 hours to finish on normal difficulty. Gameplay? It's exactly what you'd expect from a retro-inspired shooter. Run, jump, shoot, and dodge an endless barrage of projectiles. The game's pace is relentless with dense enemy placement and constant action that feels even more intense than old-school Contra. Thankfully, unlimited continues make it much more forgiving. If this had the same 3 continues and you're done rule as classic NES titles, it'd easily rank among the hardest in the genre. If you grew up blasting alien hordes into Contra or Metal Slug, Super Cyborg is going to feel like a warm. This 2D run-and-gun title is a clear homage to the golden era of side-scrolling shooters. You play as a robot, blasting through 7 stages of alien-infested environments, from jungles to caverns to enemy bases. The game isn't a pure copy-paste though. It adds some welcome customization like a character color editor and a lock button to hold your position. Completing the game unlocks a human soldier skin, making the resemblance to the original Contra even stronger, and introduces a brutal, hard difficulty. The 2-player co-op is awesome, and thanks to Steam's online peer-to-play, you don't even have to be on the same couch to jump into the chaos. Deathwish Enforcers. Special Edition is a wild run-and-gun adventure that feels like it was ripped straight out of the golden age of arcades. Inspired by classics like Contra and the Sunset Riders, it delivers exactly what fans of that era craved: fast-paced chaos, funky style, and pure 2D shooting fun. Set in 1969 San Francisco, players join an elite police unit tasked with cleaning up the city's crime-ridden streets from the clutches of a criminal mastermind named Big Boss. The co-op play, supporting up to 4 players locally, is where the game really shines. It's chaotic, hilarious, and a great way to relive the couch co-op magic that's been missing from modern gaming. With friends at your side, even the hardest stages turn into pure action comedy. This little free game here is called Gun Devil. It's a chaotic side-scrolling shooter that doesn't waste your time with pretension. The story is simple. Your demon wife gets kidnapped by another demon and you set out to rescue her. That's it. No deep lore or emotional twists, just an excuse to blast through hellish stages and take revenge. You grab your gun, jump into hell, and start blasting everything that moves, and a lot of things that don't. The game describes itself as a side-scrolling hero shooter with precision platforming. But honestly, the precision platforming part feels more like a tagline than a focus. You won't be pulling off pixel-perfect jumps here. Instead, you'll be dodging projectiles and holding down the fire button as the screen fills with explosions. It's more Metal Slug than Celeste, and that's totally fine. Alex Jones NWO Wars is a side-scrolling shooter clearly inspired by Metal Slug. You play as Alex Jones, a Rambo-style character blasting through waves of absurd enemies. One of the strangest parts of the game is a level where you fight a homeless guy in San Francisco who literally throws feces at you. But yeah, it's as bad as it sounds. The scene comes off as super insensitive and shows how poor the game's sense of humor really is. Honestly, it's up to you if you want to try it. Just be aware that it's pretty offensive and even crosses some of Steam's content guidelines for hate speech and slander, but hey, if you just want to focus on the gameplay, that's your call. Vengeful Guardian Moonrider is a 2D action platformer that mixes elements of Ninja Gaiden, Shinobi 3, and Strider. You dash, wall jump, dive kick, and slice through enemies across 8 stages. You play as Moonrider, a rogue robot ninja who's had enough of its oppressive creators, and the gameplay absolutely nails that classic feel. Moonrider is super agile. You're sprinting, slashing with a slick 3-hit combo, wall jumping and using a dive kick that quickly becomes your best friend. Each level is packed with hidden upgrades that change up your playstyle, and finding them all is a fun excuse for replayability, especially once you get an upgrade that literally marks the secrets on your map. Door Kicker's Action Squad is a 2D side-scrolling shooter that nails the feeling of being in a full-blown SWAT raid. Yes, you will clear buildings full of bad guys, rescue hostages, defuse bombs, and generally make the world a safer place one kick door at a time. The gameplay is tight and every move feels responsive, and the missions are short, punchy, but addictive. Most last under 10 minutes. You earn stars and experience for completing objectives, which you can use to unlock weapons, perks, and upgrades. Even if you fail a mission, you still keep your EXP, so it never feels punishing. Iron Meat is an absolute blast from the past that totally gets what made classic run-and-gun games so awesome. The story is a fun, familiar excuse for chaos. A moon experiment goes wrong, a portal opens, and meaty monsters pour out. Your job as a soldier is simple: run, gun, and turn every single one of them into glorious piles of gibs. You can play through the campaign solo, or with a friend in local co-op, which is an absolute blast. While the game isn't super long, it's built for replayability. You can tackle it on different difficulties and unlock new character skins, but honestly, the main reason to keep coming back is that the core action is just so much fun. Warhammer 40,000 Shootas, Blood, and Teef is a wild and hilarious 2D run-and-gun shooter that throws you right into the chaos of the Warhammer 40,000 universe as its most destructive race, the Orcs. You play as a greenskin, tearing through Ludius Prime, hunting down your stolen hair squig and getting back at the war boss who swiped it. Each Orc plays differently, keeping things fresh and with 20 weapons, from shooters and bolters to rocket launches, where there's always something new to blow stuff up with. While you can go it alone, Shootas, Blood, and Teef really shines in co-op. Grab some friends, embrace the chaos, and enjoy the madness where even friendly fire is part of the fun.
Stick
Matterfall is a 2.5D side-scrolling action platformer and shooter where you control Avalon Darrow, a futuristic soldier called a Fixer who battles through a city infested with rogue robots. The gameplay blends fast-paced shooting, acrobatic platforming, and score-based arcade mechanics. Similar in spirit to classics like Contra, but with Housemarque's modern flair for intense, neon-lit chaos. The core of the experience revolves around a dynamic dash and the unique matter gun. Dashing isn't just for mobility, it grants brief invincibility, destroys enemy projectiles, and can freeze foes in their tracks. Despite it's a short about 2 to 3 hours that never gets boring. You can also replay levels to try different weapon loadouts and to improve your score.
Multiplier down.
Guns, Gore, and Cannoli 2 is a side-scrolling shooter that understands the core of its genre, pure, unadulterated empowerment. The game centers on our hero, Vinnie Cannoli, an Italian gangster with a love for firearms and a passion for pastries. Combat is both weighty and with small touches, like shell casings hitting the floor, magazines piling up, and quirky enemy animations add tons of charm. The arsenal of weapons is impressive, including pistols, Tommy guns, shotguns, rocket launchers, grenade launchers, and flamethrowers, each feeling powerful and explosive. The game supports solo or cooperative play for up to 4 players, locally or online, making the chaotic gunfights even more enjoyable with friends. Valfaris is a brutal, side-scrolling action platformer set in a grimdark sci-fi universe where subtlety is thrown out to the airlock. The game follows Therion, a long-haired, heavily armored warrior who returns to his homeworld Valfaris after it mysteriously reappears as a corrupted alien nightmare. The gameplay is a fast-paced, challenging throwback to classic 90s run-and-gun shooters like Contra. It's a blend of melee with various swords and shooting with an arsenal of powerful, often hilariously named guns. And the weapons can be upgraded, and special checkpoints called resurrection idols let you respawn and increase health or spirit bars. Guns of Fury doesn't reinvent the wheel, but it proves that doing what you know well can still be incredibly satisfying. This run-and-gun Metroidvania combines the exploration and item-based progression of classics like Metroid and Castlevania with the explosive arcade-style action of 90s side-scrollers such as Metal Slug. The result is a thrilling mix of exploration, combat, and boss battling that keeps players engaged from start to finish. The combat is described as extraordinarily polished to a sheen. Movement is tight and responsive, and the shooting mechanics are praised for capturing that perfect weighty sensation found in its Metal Slug inspiration. Mummy Demastered is a modern run-and-gun Metroidvania treasure, proving that licensed games can be more than just marketing tie-ins. You play as a soldier of the Prodigium organization, a monster hunting task force sent to stop the reincarnated Princess Amunet. Combat is fast, fluid, blending classic run-and-gun action like Contra, but with Metroidvania-style exploration. Fans of exploration, tight combat, and retro-inspired design will find a lot to love here, despite its licensed origins. The Mummy Demastered is a modern gem in the Metroidvania genre. It's a challenging, rewarding, and incredibly well-made game that deserves your attention. Blazing Chrome is a love letter to the golden age of arcade run-and-gun games, perfectly capturing the vibe of classics like Contra and Metal Slug. You can tell it's made by fans of the genre. The game throws you into a high-octane, side-scrolling sci-fi adventure set sometime around the year 2200, where humans are almost extinct and fighting back against a robot uprising. Blazing Chrome is all about nailing its classic control style, which keeps you moving constantly and demands lightning-fast reflexes. You can hold a button to stop and aim for a quick tactical edge, but the real thrill comes from diving headfirst into its non-stop run-and-gun chaos. My Friend Pedro is a side-scrolling action game that throws you into the shoes of a nameless amnesia guided by a floating, talking banana named Pedro. Waking up in a mafia hideout, your only objective is to follow your fruity companion's encouragement to unleash stylish chaos upon the criminal underworld. The bullet time mechanic rewards momentum, letting you string together long sequences of mayhem in slow motion that feel utterly empowering. And the game also experiments with variety, introducing unique levels like a fast-paced train sequence, as well as inventive final boss encounters. Cuphead is a dazzling platforming boss rush that nails the charm of 1930s cartoons while serving up some of the most satisfying challenges in modern gaming. The real heart of Cuphead is its boss battles. Each fight is packed with personality and creativity, with a cast of characters as wild and inventive as they are animated. You'll need to memorize each wave's tricks. It's the perfect mix of challenging and frustrating. Don't worry, you can beat them, just expect a bunch of fun failed attempts along the way. It may look simple, but it does everything it sets out to do extremely well. If you're even a little into this kind of game and don't mind a tough challenge, this one's a must-buy. Huntdown is a run-and-gun action game that fully embraces the classic retro vibe with fast-paced shooting, insane enemies, and a neon-soaked dystopian city to tear through. Right off the bat, you'll notice how smooth and satisfying the combat feels. Each character is a blast to play, with their own weapons and quirks, and the levels are packed with a variety to keep things fresh. The music hits hard and fits the vibe perfectly, giving the whole game that action movie energy. Yeah, it's fast, sometimes punishing, but that's the point. Huntdown doesn't hold your hand, it throws you in, lets you get messy, and makes you feel like a total badass while doing it. If you love old school run and gun games or just miss that classic arcade feel, this one's a must play.
Time to introduce ourselves.
Contra Operation Galuga is bringing back the classic run-and-gun action that absolutely destroyed me as a kid. The gameplay is pure old-school Contra. You're running, double-jumping, and dashing through a hailstorm of bullets. This new version has some awesome modern tricks up its sleeve. Now you can grab two of the same gun, and it gets even more powerful. You can also overload a spare weapon for a killer special attack, like slowing down time or unleashing a massive explosion. The main campaign itself is 8 stages long, so you'll get through it pretty quickly, but different characters with unique abilities. And completing the game unlocks even more characters, giving you reason to replay it. And that's it for today. Those are the top 20 games that bring the classic Contra action back. Got a hidden gem I didn't mention? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video or discovered a new title to add to your collection, feel free to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you'll never miss future content. So, thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.